Yo fam, what's up? It's your boy Sebastian Sanders. We're back with another Money Mondays video. Yo, today I want to talk about something super personal. I want to get in our feelings, right? When I say get in your feelings, I'm not saying get sad about who broke up with you or who curbed you, none of that. I want to talk about something that's deep inside of us. One of the things as a growing young person or a person in life in general, you have to learn to accept change. Take a moment, pause the video, go take a nap, come back tomorrow. But think about that. We as human beings, we have to learn how to accept change. Now, change is inevitable, right? We're going to have change, every day of our lives, right? Everything is not always going to be the same. But the most important thing about learning to accept change is you're evolving. Think about it. The person you are today is not the same person you were 3 years ago. 3 years ago, you might have liked chicken and waffles. Today, you may not. Today, you may be vegan. Today, you may not even eat meat at all. But your life is going to change. And the hardest part about change as a young person is you're trying to figure everything out super fast and your whole life around you is changing. Especially for us that graduated from college, graduated from high school, we went on to our careers, we started a business. Everything around us is changing at a rapid rate. And it's hard for us to keep up with that because we're still trying to keep up with change or we're still trying to learn ourselves. I tell this story of going back to when I graduated from college. I got my big offer, moved to Oklahoma City, I'm in my big boy job, I'm in a whole new state, pretty much a whole new life. And there was so much change in a 3-month span. And I was trying to keep up with everything. I'm trying to learn a new system, just trying to learn a new way of life. And one of the most important things that kept me grounded and that just kept me motivated was I was evolving. I had to learn to accept I'm no longer Sebastian from 2019 or Sebastian from 2018. I'm a whole new person. So the moments that you notice I'm not that same person, don't be hard on yourself. Don't look at it like, nah, man, you know what? I need to go back to who I once was. No, you changed for a reason. How do you expect to get to certain levels of life if you're the same person doing the same thing? Last year, you didn't make no money and you wasn't doing anything. This year, you're still not making no money and you're still not doing anything. You have to learn to accept the change, and you have to learn that I have to grow in order to get in certain levels of life. And I always tell people, sometimes in that moment of change and growth, you may have to separate to elevate. You may have to go to North Dakota for a few years and live a whole new life. You may have to go out of your comfort zone in order to get to be the person that you want to be. But you have to learn, I have to accept the change. Think of it like this. You want to be the top musician in the world, right? You want to be the next Travis Scott, next Drake, whatever you want to be. You want to be the top, right? You want to get to that level. You have to start asking yourself, what is holding me back from getting to that next level? What are some things in my life do I need to change? Do I wake up too late? I need to be up at 5 a.m., but I'm waking up at 11 a.m. What am I doing when I first wake up? First thing you do when you wake up, you getting on Instagram and TikTok. That ain't helping you become the next big musician that you want to be. You have to start looking at your life in that perspective. What am I doing now that's going to set me up for my future? And the things that I'm doing now is going to come with sacrifice. When sacrifice comes, a lot of things change. Another key component into accepting change is some things you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice going out with your friends and your family, right? You love them, but you may have to love them from a distance. You may have to sacrifice eating certain things. You want to be the top athlete. You can't be eating cheeseburgers every night. You got to switch up your game. You got to switch up your method. You got to switch up your game plan. You have to learn to accept change. And kind of going back to my story being in Oklahoma City, the things that I did in Houston and in San Antonio, it was easy for me because I had a comfort zone. I had a cushion. I had my friends and family that I can always fall back on, right? Now I have to learn how to depend on Sebastian. So I had to learn how to cook on my own. I had to learn how to go and get relationships on my own. Like in Texas, I was so used to being in certain networks and people say, hey, I know this person, he can do this. Going to a new state, I had to do everything from scratch. I had to learn new territory. Man, I just had to do everything. And I had to learn to accept like, hey, change is good because that change in Oklahoma City made me the man that I am today. If I didn't go to Oklahoma City, and I'm not saying I probably won't be successful, that's blasphemy, but what I'm saying is if I didn't take that move to Oklahoma City, I wouldn't have evolved into the man that I am today. I wouldn't learn anything about my faith. I wouldn't dove deeper into my purpose. I wouldn't learn how to be a man as a son, as a brother, as a grandson, maybe even a boyfriend. I wouldn't learn those key components of life of being a man if I didn't take the opportunity to go to Oklahoma City. And that was change. It's different. Coming from Houston, Texas, a place that's always upbeat, there's always something going on, it's always turning. Oklahoma City is a more relaxed place. It's a place that's really for families, essentially, right? And so I have to learn to accept a more slower lifestyle. I'm so used to being on the go all the time. In Oklahoma City, I was grounded. I had to learn how to strictly just sit in the house and work on my craft and better my craft. And I tell people that was the best decision for me. Me going to Oklahoma City, when I learned to accept that change, I became a very unstoppable man in my own zone. And so use me as some motivation. Use yourself as motivation. But you have to learn to accept change. If you want to get to certain levels of life, certain things in your life have to change. It's just that simple. I'm sorry. I know you may be living a good life right now, but you got some goals. Somebody is watching this video, that's going to watch this video today, tomorrow, next year, 5 years from now. You're watching this because you have some goals that you want to achieve. But you got to ask yourself, when I want to achieve these goals, what's stopping me from getting to the next level? I always ask our kids, I say, hey, to see money, you have to believe money. Give me a number. I'm going to do this practice with you. Give me a number, all right? Me, I always say I want 100 million, all right? I had a kid tell me she wanted 60 million in her lifetime. I said, okay, what's stopping you from getting to that 60 million? And she just looked at me and was like, I don't know. I guess nothing. I said, you. What's stopping you from getting on the other side of your glory and your success? It's simply you. We can blame it on our community. We can blame it on X, Y, and Z. We can blame it on social media. Yes, we can. But at the end of the day, we wake up every day with an opportunity. And you have to live your life like that. Learn to accept change. Learn to just be who you are and realize if I want to get to that next level, certain things have to get cut out of my life. And if I want that 60 million, what's stopping me? At the end of the day, when you look in that mirror, you look through that fence, a lot of times what's stopping you is you. Don't be the person that holds their own self back from their success. Accept change. Change is great. Change comes every day, right? Our whole world is evolving and changing. Years ago, we had textbooks. I remember going there and getting 5 textbooks I had to carry home. Now these kids, everything is on the internet. They can get online and go to Google Docs. They got a whole textbook. Change is a part of life. And change is the beauty of life. So accept it. You see it, but do you believe it?